This video is about the dynamics between the outer world and your inner world. It's about the impact that your thoughts and beliefs have on your emotions and on your actions. And it's also about the impact that your actions have in your life and the lives of others. This wisdom is so fundamental, yet so powerful, that I also call it the ABC of life. When my clients learn about this, they immediately say things like, "How come we don't learn this at school?" Or, "I want everyone to know and experience this." And even though it all starts within your mind, this is easier sometimes to understand and visualize it if you start with your outer world, your life. So, why is your life the way it is? What determines your life's circumstances? If you think about it, you have the job that you have because you just studied what you studied and not any other studies. You speak more than one language probably because at some point in your life you went through the efforts of learning them. So, at any given point in your past, there were things that you did and things that you didn't do, which has brought you right here where you are today. At the end of the day, what you do determines your environment, your life's circumstances. Should you have taken different actions, your environment or life circumstances would be different. It could be better or it could be worse. And how much different really depends on how drastic the changes would have been in your actions back then. It's just a matter of cause and effect. So this holds the key for your future. Because if you don't change what you do, your environment will not change much. There is a world where you pick up the phone and tell one of your best clients how annoying he or she is, and you lose the deal and probably your job as well. And there is a world where you start taking oratory classes tomorrow and you end up doing a TED Talk 5 years from now. If you want a different environment or life circumstances, all you need to do is take different actions, change behaviors, do things that you haven't done before, and stop doing things that are keeping you where you are. How much your environment will change depends really on how drastic the changes are in your actions today. So, if what we do is so important, why do we do what we do? In other words, what capacitates us or empowers us to do what's necessary to change our environment, our life? To answer that question, let's visualize and recap what we have so far. We have our environment or life circumstances, and we have our actions, the things that we do. Now, say that you want to quit your job and change careers because you find no meaning in your current job. And imagine that you feel confident about the change, you feel motivated, determined, and inspired to do it. Would you do it? Chances are that you will, and that your actions will have some kind of impact in your life. If instead you feel afraid, doubtful, confused, or stressed about the career change, would you do it? Chances are that you will not, and nothing will change in your life. So what does really determine why we do what we do and why we don't do what we don't do? It's really our emotional states. Our emotions capacitate us or incapacitate us to do what's necessary to create the environment that we want for ourselves. They either empower us or disempower us. So if our emotions determine whether or not we take the necessary actions to change our lives, what creates then our emotional states? Where do they come from? Imagine for a second that, in your mind, you believe that relevant experience, which you don't have, is a requisite for the new career that you want. That you are too old to start all over again, and that you didn't follow the right studies. Imagine that you value job security more than having a meaningful career. And imagine that when you think of applying for the new job, you picture recruiters ignoring your messages or just telling you no. How would you feel about looking for opportunities for that career change? Well, chances are that you would have limiting and disempowering emotional states like fear, doubt, or low self-confidence, which will incapacitate you to make those calls or LinkedIn contacts that could give you an interview. If instead, in your mind, you believe that you have enough intelligence and experience to make it happen in your new career, that there must be many companies out there in that new industry that are waiting for someone just like you. Imagine that you value having a meaningful career more than you value job security. And imagine that you already envision how great that interview would go, and that they call you and tell you that the job is yours. How would you then feel about looking for opportunities for that career change? Well, chances are that you would have empowering emotional states like confidence, motivation, and determination, which will capacitate you to make those calls or LinkedIn contacts that will eventually give you an interview. Well, this is because our beliefs, values, and thoughts create the emotional states that empower us or disempower us to take control of our lives. So the key to our emotions, our actions, and our environment or life circumstances, it's our mind. Then why is it so difficult to control our minds? Because there is one missing piece, and that is awareness. Because most of our mental processes are subconscious, meaning that we are not aware of them. We're not aware of the beliefs that we hold as true, of the values that determine how we make decisions, and we're not aware of our own thoughts. So self-awareness is the fundamental key to self-mastery, freedom, personal power, and fulfillment. If you're not aware of your mindset, you will simply don't know why you are scared to take action, or why you can't find the motivation to keep trying, or even you might be completely blind to what you truly want, who you want to be, and the chances that are right there waiting for you to take them. So let's put it all together. How can we be in control of our lives? How can we live a life we love and design for ourselves? We do this by becoming aware of the beliefs, values, and thoughts that capacitate us or incapacitate us emotionally to do what creates our environment. And we can turn this into a mantra, a powerful mantra that, if we keep with ourselves everywhere we go, it gives us control over our mindset, making us free from the subconscious processes that create our problems and limitations, and empowering us to create the mindset that will give us what we want and need. I call this mantra the ABC of life, because it is the basics on which your life is created. The basics for mastering your life. A mantra that, should you keep on the top of your mind, would enable you to take control of your thoughts, emotions, actions, and reactions. So, what does the mantra look like? Well, here it goes. I am aware of the beliefs, values, and thoughts that capacitate me to do what creates my environment. Which is why I call this the ABC of life. If there is one thing you need to know and remember, it's the ABC of life. The ABC of life empowers you to stop living your life on autopilot and to be in the driver's seat instead. It enables you to stop being a victim of your circumstances and to start creating your own ones.